One other thing I see quite often right now is organizations or people or personal branding and doing that through testimonies or stories. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. But what's a good way of saying capturing a story, and then how do you take that to your customers and say, here's the culture that we live in our organization?
It's kind of a broad question because we're talking about maybe a company or an individual.
Sure.
So let's just address it on the whole, which is no matter what story it is, it has to be authentic. Because right now people are bombarded with so many messages.
Yeah.
I think everyone's filter is as strong as it's ever been. And if someone's doing something just to get attention or saying what they think the buzzy things are, people notice. So when it comes to a company, if you're a company and not an individual service, the person telling your story may be your customers who are authentically reacting to what it's like to do business with your company. If you're a personal brand, then you have the opportunity to share what you do for people and sometimes why you do it for people. But either way, it really just has to come from an authentic point of view because people will sniff it out. And as soon as they know that you're fake, you're dead.
Yeah. And I can say just, running my own small business, it leads to that trust thing. If I have the right story and it connects, I know it helps my customer grow that trust that, hey, especially that new customer, hey, that's a place I can go to, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Talking about messaging and getting the right content, you can spend a ton of time on getting something out there and you got to check. You got to see if it's reaching people, if they're reaching, or even they're getting the message you wanted. Is there any tricks to getting to know if your messaging is working?
The easiest trick is to understand what the outcome is. So when I work with a client, the first thing that we want to find out is who are you trying to sell to? Then you have to define what are they actually buying from you and how are you providing it differently than everybody else? And then the next question is, what does success look like?
Right.
And as long as you know what success looks like, tracking your metrics is relatively easy. So when you put a campaign out there, do you want them to call and set up a consultation? Do you want them to buy from your website? Do you want them to sign up for your email list? Or what do you want them to do? And when you define that thing, then it's pretty easy to track how your campaigns are going. If you don't define those things, you end up tracking your likes or your shares or asking friends or family. That's not a plan.
I think it's really important too because you have to be ready to tweak it, right? If it's not there, be ready to and change your messaging and go at it again, right?
And that's one of the hardest things to do. Sometimes we fall in love with a campaign that's just not working.
I like my jingle.
I love my jingle. Don't touch my logo. Well, are you growing? No. Well, hey, let's change the logo.
You came to me for a reason, right? To work with you. All right, I'm going to tell you what I hear when I see your logo, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's what's really valuable. Yeah. Hey, before we go, I just want to mention we're going to tag Pat in this post, and we're going to definitely mention him in the comments. Any questions you want to reach out, just find out what he's doing as far as networking and things like that. Reach out. I know he's just a man about getting people connected here as well. Pat, thanks for being here. Make sure you find that follow button, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.